Welcome back, everyone. We are going to work with while loops. This is going to allow us to keep track of game state. Essentially, if you have a spaceship, you have a hero, you have a warrior, whatever it is, inside of a while loop, we can continue to hold that state. As long as something is true, essentially, as long as, the light switch is flipped on, you have power, you have light. Right? As long as the AC is on, you're going to get cold air. It's going to keep the house nice and cool. Once a certain condition is met, for instance, you have a set basically temperature on your AC, like, oh, let's keep it at, 120, nice and toasty. The minute it hits that, it'll stop, right? So anytime you have a condition met inside of a while loop, you break out of it. Otherwise, we continue in. So we're going to say java.util.scanner, because that's, oh, is it capitalized? Sorry, boys. Scanner. Wait a minute. Let's import. Forgot import. Fantastic. Okay, let's get rolling. So public class main, because we have main as our file name. PSVM, if my IDE will catch it. It did. Fantastic. It's going to be a good day. Now we can create, let's say, two variables with holding integers. So we'll say int hero health equals 10. That'd be nice. And then we'll also do int, and then we make sure we put a semicolon at the end, of course. And then we do int, and we'll do enemy health, right? We'll do enemy health because we want two numbers here. So as long as, not take a screenshot, as long as we have both of these conditions met, you as a player have 10 health and the enemy has 10 health, things will continue. So we can say, all right, cool, while, and we'll say hero health is greater than 0, and we can have multiple conditions inside of a conditional statement stating whether something will continue or not. For instance, we could just say, while hero health is above 0, continue. But that would be weird if the enemy's health was at 0 and now we're just beating a dead corpse over bang, 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 bang. That's weird, right? That's not a good game mechanic. Generally speaking, you want to break out of the loop. That doesn't make much sense. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We could leave it at hero health, but we're going to throw in another one as well. We're going to say enemy health greater than 0. That way we can check, hey, if you as a player have more than 1 HP, you're still in. If the enemy has more than 1 HP, you're still in. Game's still on. So awesome. Now that we got that, now we can figure out what we want to do inside. So essentially, we need to create, first of all, because we have this scanner, let's use it. We've used that in the first 2 videos. Let's continue on. We'll say scanner sc, because that's what we're going to call it as the variable, is sc, equals a new scanner. And we're going to do system.in. No problem. Slap on a semicolon. Very important in Java. It will not work otherwise. Now that we have that, we're going to do something a little different. Before we were getting basically the next integer or the next character. Now we're going to actually get the next line because we're going to have an option for attacking or healing. So we're going to want to make sure we do that. So before we get there, let's just print out a statement. You guys already know how to print out a statement, I'm sure. We've gone over it, right? It is just going to be system.out. Oh, it showed up for me. Sometimes it doesn't. System.out. Nope. It's because it's capital. System.out. Print line. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. This one. Print line. Yep. Good enough. Okay. And we want it to say, we could do 1 or 2 and we could convert them to integers. For now, we're gonna get the line, kind of mix it up a little bit. So we're not just getting the next character, like yes or no, or the next integer, like 28 or whatever it is. We're going to get the next line. Basically, the next sentence or a couple words that are added. For us, it's just going to be a word, though. So it is going to be attack, or heal. Those are going to be the options, right? So we're going to say we're going to attack or heal. Now, remember, we have a scanner. We're not doing anything with it right now. Right now, we're just letting it chill. It's sitting there. It's doing nothing. We imported it. We want to get user information. We prompt the user for information. We have something to do with it once we get it, but we need to know what action will be taken. So we can say string, because this will be a string. We'll call it actions equal. And this time it's going to be, see if I can get this right. It's going to be not the normal next line. It should be sc dot, and we're going to get next line. Advances the scanner past the current line and returns the input that was skipped. Nice. Returns the rest of the current line, excluding any separators at the end. That's exactly what we want. So we want it to do the next line. So we can kind of get that next bit of space. Once we do that, once we do that, we can actually do something with it. Now, here's the cool part. Before the loop, we're going to have to put that in the loop, actually. Excuse me, guys. Let's take that. Meant to put that in the loop. Control X to cut it, and put it right there inside of the loop. Now, the reason we want that in the loop is because if it wasn't actually in the loop, then we would ask it one time and the game would start, which would be a bad game mechanic. Basically, hey, you want to attack or heal? And you pick, attack. That's like the game's over already. Nothing more is going to happen, right? We want to put that information inside of the loop. Now that we've done that, we're like, okay, cool, we got that. And so now we got string actions equals, we got the next line, that's exactly what we want. Now we need to do something with this. Let's do if, and let's go, hey, if we have an if statement, because we can put if statements, multiple control statements inside of a loop. You could think of it like playing Minecraft, and if you're punching block, then block take damage, minus, block, or, block health less than 0 or less than 1. You get result, right? The same thing. You met a condition, even though you're looping through the game, there was another special condition, like you pounding on rocks, right? So that's where we are. So we can say if, and we will say actions equals, and let's do if actions dot, and we want to actually ignore, we'll do this. We'll do equals ignore. We could do like 2 lower, 2 upper. Basically, you can make it all uppercase or all lowercase. There's millions of ways we could do this. But right now, let's do this. Let's do ignore equals ignore case for attack. Attack. That's what we want. So essentially, doesn't matter if you put like capitalized A, capitalized T, lowercase t, capitalized A's. It doesn't matter. What we're looking for is the word attack, ignore the casing. Now, like I said, we can handle this multiple ways. I just wanted to show you a more unique-ish way that's kind of fun to do it. So if the choice was attack, okay, then we want to attack as the player, right? So we are going to have, we'll do a small system print, system dot out. Sorry, my computer has like a slight lag to it. One day I'll get a better computer. I promise. I have a better one, but I don't have it in laptop form. My laptop struggles, but you know how it is. Okay, so we're going to say, now that we have this print statement, we're going to say you attack. Because that's exactly what we're doing. You as the player are attacking. It adds the next line, the new line. We don't have to worry about that. You attack. And now we could print out, well, here we'll do this. We'll do enemy health minus equals 3 damage. All right, so now, let me scoot this down a little bit so you guys can see a little more. All right, so now once we pick, hey, attack, we are going to go, it's going to get sucked into actions, and then we're going to check actions, saying ignore any of the capitalizations. We don't care about it, whatever it's. If it's attack, we attack, right? That's what we do. So we're going to print out you attack, and we're going to reduce the enemy's health. And now we're going to want to print that out because we're going to want to see to make sure it's working. Really good for debugging purposes. If we were wrong and we messed something up, let's say I did like even something like this, and my IDE just didn't catch. I mean, it did here, but let's pretend it didn't, or I had a typo somewhere else, or something had happened. It's always good to just print it out to see exactly what's going on, and that's what we can do right here. We could say, okay, sweet, and we'll say new enemy health. That's what we want. New enemy health. And we can give, let's see, we'll print out the, actually, we'll just print out the health. We don't need to, we're going to know it's the enemy health. So we'll say enemy health. There we go. Keep it easy. No need to keep adding more and more. So once we attack, we're going to show the enemy health right there. And I guess we'll add a little bit. We'll just put enemy HP. There we go. And we will do right there. There we go. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, now we are going to print out the enemy HP. Let me space that a little bit. There we go. And we'll see exactly what it says. Now, once we do that, we need to have another condition. Let's say we want to heal instead. We're going to say else if, and we'll say actions dot equals case ignore, and this time it's going to be for heal because that's what we're looking at here. Heal. We want to heal, and this time if we heal, so else if we heal, we are going to simply say system dot keep messing that up. System. There we go. I know how to spell it. I just keep typoing at that. Print line, and we will say, okay, well, cool. This time we're going to heal. So we'll say, you are healed. You are healed. And we'll just do next line, new. Keep it really simple here. New HP. And we'll do this. And we'll just add in the, where is it? The hero health. That's what we're looking for. Hero health. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. So far, so good. The only problem is, it's telling me I didn't close it. Yeah, I'll close it at the end. It's fine. It's fine, guys. I promise. I will close it. It will be closed. We opened it, and we're going to close it. I probably just put it right down here and say sc.close, sc.close. We don't want to have any gaps in our program, any issues, any memory leaks. We don't want our program to wet the bed and cause issues and leave a way for hackers to sneak on in because we left the way into the program. It's like leaving the door unlocked at night. It's just not a good idea. You know, even if it seems relatively safe, it's probably just not a good idea. So now we have enemy HP. Now we have hero health. Both of these are perfect. It's exactly what we want. Except for, you might have noticed, we actually didn't add any health. We picked heal, and we said you healed, but we didn't heal. So we're going to say, whoopsie daisy. We're going to come over here, hit enter, and we're going to make sure that once we heal, it actually does something. So we're going to say hero health plus equals 3. That's fine. We'll do 3. We'll heal ourselves 3 HP every time. Now, obviously, we don't have a cap. 10 is just a random number I picked. If we continue to heal, we'll go way above 10. We don't have any ways to stop that right now. We could add it. Right now, we're just practicing to get into while loops. I know there's a million ways to do a million things, but just for me to get used to Java again, for you guys to learn some stuff about Java, let's not get too overly complicated here. So hero health plus equals 3. We're going to heal ourselves because that's what we want. And once we do that, we're going to say, hey, you got healed and show the new HP. And if neither of those things happen, essentially, if we had this if and it was attack, and then this else and it was heal, and we didn't pick either of those things, or we did, or we messed up, or maybe we did a typo because we are being very dangerous, but having you to spell out attack or heal, we're actually going to have the enemy attack after every decision we make. So we'll say enemy is going to attack, right? So it's going to be the hero health minus equals 2. And that's going to be after every turn we make. So we've got to be somewhat smart, right? System.out.println. And we'll say enemy attacks. Attacker. Enemy attacker. I'm going to leave that. That's a good typo. Enemy attacker. And we can even print out if we want your current hero health after every single beating if we wanted to. Print line. Say current. I would say hero health. Hero HP. There we go. Come over here, hit space, hit plus, and do hero health because that's exactly what we want. Save it so that way it auto formats it for me. Life is easy in today's world. It's programmer in that sense. It's not, but in that sense it is. It's nice. And that might be it. So let's make sure it works, and then we'll walk through it one more time in case you got lost somewhere, and I'll explain it to you. So we're gonna do javac main.java. Every time it compiles, it's a good day. Hey. Okay, now we do Java main, and we run this bad boy. Attack or heal. Let's go with all caps attack. See what that does. Okay, see, it didn't matter because we put in the equals ignore case. Doesn't care what it is. We could have made them all capitalized. We could have made them all lowercase, or you can just ignore it all together and say, hey, man, if it's attack, you attacker. That's it. Attack, attacker. It's very simple stuff. So we see that we attack. The enemy HP is at 7. All right, so enemy attacker, and then our hero HP is 10. Let's go back down here and see. Hero HP should be minus equals 2. And we'll want to print out, I think, every time. We'll do system.out. Oh, I already put it up here. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, so we'll take a quick look at this. I got confused for a second because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't put. What happened is we attack the enemy attacker, and then we print out the health, and then we actually do the damage. So if we attack again, for instance, we go attack again. Okay, now we're at 8. but that's actually 2 damage behind because remember, it prints out the health and then we take the damage. So that's actually a small little bug. Glad we did it because, and that's exactly why printing out the health and stuff helps, because I was like, wait a minute. So we'll just cut that, no problem, and put it below. Easy. We'll just do a Control C because we don't actually have a way to break out of this yet. Right now, we're going to recompile it. Like I said, we're just working with while loops, having a good time, relearning Java. So now that we did that, now we can say attack, and we attack, and everything works as it should. And we can now say heal, and now we heal. So our hero got attacked again, but we healed. We were up at 11. Now we're down to 9 because enemy attacker, for 2 damage. And so we can attack as well. We attack, and we can attack, and we'll do it again. And that's it. That is game over. We have successfully defeated the enemy right there. Enemy HP -2, enemy attacker. That's actually something we should fix too, right? Because now the enemy's HP is now at basically less than 0. It's dead. He's dead. He's beyond dead. So unless the guy has a martyrdom grenade in his front pocket and he's happy to see you with it, the reality is, sorry, I'm still sick. The reality is the enemy attacker, it doesn't actually need to be there. So we can change that if we want. And we will change that by, let's find out where that is. So the problem, not the problem, but where we are in the code, this is just good to figure out as you go along and, program running into small issues like this. That it really does help you learn more and more. So our issue is, we had one issue, we fixed it. We have another issue where our our guy attacks and enemy attacker. And so actually we can come down here and just make this an if. We'll say if enemy health is greater than 0, then we'll do this. I'll cut that out, go over here, hit that, put that in there. It's just another statement to be like, hey man, if something else happens. And actually what we can do, we'll go over here and put an else as well. And we'll say system.out.println, because we're going to say, let's say you misspelled something, you messed something up. And we're just going to say, we want to tell the user invalid choice. Easy. Invalid. In choice. There you go. Invalid choice. Problem solved. All right. That makes life easy. We have an invalid choice. No problem. Good. So now we can recompile this. Javac main, Java. Go up here, go Java main. Okay, we go attack. I should probably change the stats if I'm going to keep attacking, but that's fine. Attack and attack. Okay. So we attacked. The enemy got killed, and he didn't attack anymore. So it's just another way to add in. This is basically here to say, hey, man, checks for enemy HP before attacking after player choice. That's what we were looking at, after player choice. All right, so that's just a way to fix it. I'm glad that happened. Then we can kind of walk through it together. Helps me learn, helps you guys learn. That's awesome. So essentially, I will walk through this step by step. If you guys already totally understand, then that's awesome. We will see you guys in the next one. But if not, I'll walk through it just real slow for you guys, and hopefully solidify it. I know it's a lot all at once. Like I said, this is more of me just learning and kind of teaching you guys as we go. If you want like full-blown tutorials, I can do that. I have a second channel where I do that sort of stuff that I've been integrating more onto this channel now because it seems like people are interested. So we'll see. But import java.util. We just want to scan inputs. Excuse me. Okay. Then we have our scanner. We want to get input. We got it. We created 2 variables here. They're integers, 10 and 10 for health. And we are every loop, essentially. We start up here and we say, hey, well, hero health and enemy health is above 0. We're going to go through this system. We're going to say, okay, you want to attack or heal? What you want to do? And then you get the answer. And then we check that answer and we ignore any uppercase or lowercase because it's just easier to do it. This is a fun way to do it. You could also just uppercase everything, lowercase everything. But this is also fun. Equals ignore case works just fine. So we're going to ignore it as long as it's attack, no matter the casing. Perfect. You attack, enemy loses 3 health. Remember, because if we just did -3 health or something, we're not actually changing the enemy health. What we want to do is we have this number up here that's 10, and we want to basically affect that number in its entirety. We want it to end to be -3. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to print out the enemy's health, which is exactly what we want. Then we're going to say else if actions, and we're going to check for heal this time. And if it's heal, we're going to do +3. Remember, we want to work with our hero HP, which is awesome. So that's going to heal it up 3. And we're going to print out the health, and there we go. And now if we have a wrong choice, which I'll show you guys what happens, then we print out invalid choice. Basically, if you didn't pick attack or heal, then you get invalid choice. And below that, we make sure that after all of our turns, once we do our turn, the enemy gets a chance, but only if, when we're into this issue, the health is above 0. And if that is the case, then enemy attacker and hero lose 2 health, and then we print it out. And of course, we close our scanner because that is vitally important. You don't want hackers getting in there and wrecking your code and make enemy attacker times 40, and now you got to fix a broken hero. So now that we have that, let's go over here to terminal one more time. Go to new terminal, and we'll pull this up so I can show you what happens if we actually put a wrong choice in there. So we will just run Java main. It should be fine. I don't think I have to. Yep. And we're going to say run. Okay, so it said run, invalid choice, but the enemy attacker anyway. Interesting. Okay, I don't want this video to go on too long, but essentially all that's saying is, okay, we entered an invalid choice, and we should probably break out of it. So we'll make things really easy for us here, and we'll just go down here and we'll say, okay, if, let's see, right here, and we'll just return. Basically, we're going to break out for now. That's fine. Now, we're going to recompile it. We could get more in depth with it, but this video is going to go on forever if I keep going back and doing all this stuff. So javac main.java. That's how we compile. And then Java main, run it, and we say run. Invalid choice, game over. You messed up. You typoed. Shouldn't have done that. So we fixed that. All we're doing is basically we're saying, hey man, break out of this. Return it and be done with it. We're not going to worry about it any longer. And once that happens, we no longer have to worry about the loop. It is all ended because we stopped it right here. We just say, hey, return. It's done. You're done. You messed up. Now we can add other features in there to just be like, okay, yeah, keep going or keep guessing. But for now, I don't want the video to be too long. We do it that way. And in that way, we save ourselves from invalid choice actually causing the enemy to attack. Which, to be fair, we could actually leave that. So if you pick the wrong choice, maybe it's actually better. You know what? Maybe it's better. Like you messed up, so you got beat for it. We're going to leave it. Actually, that was a happy accident. We're going to keep that, guys. That's the wrong one. Let's go back to my terminal here. Yeah, we're going to leave that. We're going to go terminal, new terminal. Let's actually recompile that. Javac main.java. Run that, and then we're going to run Java main, because now I'm thinking that's a good idea. So I say run. Yeah, actually, I like that. At first, I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bug. I don't like. I do like that. If you typo, you get beat. There it is, man. It's accuracy warfare. You got to be accurate with your typing. So actually, I'm going to keep it. You can fix it like I just did, a quick fix. Obviously, there are better ways, but if you just want to showcase it and just end it out, return it, it's done. You can also just be like, okay, you could change settings for the hero held. You could do a lot of stuff. But for now, that's going to be good. And yeah, after all of our choices, every time, the hero or the enemy will attack. So if we just say, oh, oops, oh, he attacked again. So as you can see, we're just standing there getting clobbered. I like that much better. I was like, man, I like that. I like that now. And so that's essentially all we do. And then it'll continue to happen until we either beat the enemy or the enemy beats us. But that is a while loop in Java. I'm glad I did that so I can help myself remember. Doing these sort of games kind of helps you get back in the zone of these little mini things. It's like, okay, get back in the zone of thinking about the components, what's happening, the pieces, the decisions, the sort of branching effects of decisions that you make. It's all awesome stuff, man. I'm excited to do this with you guys, and we will see you in the next one.